comrades, it's Premier River, and I am back again. We were looking down at our newly electrified track. We didn't get it all done yet, but we did work on some things. So I thought, well, rather than having this guy work more on the rail that would be non-electrified, or let's have him electrified. It's spread out our expenses a little bit on the electrification, right? Because that's a good amount of money. Not that it matters too much, but hey, we have some electrified rail that's not actually electrified. Now, I did have to take out a brief loan. So after all of our pride, just because I ran out of money when I went to buy the electrical components. So if we take a look, let's look at our money there. How much did they cost? Let's see. Well, we just went into a new year. So like if we looked at last year and what we imported. Well, that's this year. Last year, I clicked the wrong thing. See, so it was 100,000 in electrical components, and it was pretty much like right at the end there, if you could see the actual chart. So, and that was because I had to buy a whole stack of them. Oh, there we go. We crashed again. Damn. Well, we're definitely going to try to give this a shot, but I really honestly don't know. And I haven't looked into why I keep crashing now that I have the test mode in there. It is the kind of thing that is exactly why I was waiting and hoping that we could put this off until it actually went live. I mean, there is a reason that these guys do a test mode, and I have no idea at this moment. I could try to go look for logs and stuff. I just haven't been energetic enough to do it at this second. So we're going to just see. We don't want to do too much. That's the other thing. Like, see, I don't want to do too much and then just be able to have to go back and punt. Right? So my hope was to be able to come in here, get some things done, of course. Mostly what I wanted to do was come down here and start talking about the distribution of goods. We actually have a supply office here, right, with the steel panel. So I thought, well, this is as good a chance as any to go maybe get a supply office down in here. So let's go ahead and do that and hope. Let's just hope. Yeah, I'm not even sure where we buy these things yet. I'm all kind of very new to it, right? So you would think maybe in storages. Yes, medium distribution office. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't really tell you too much about them, does it? I mean, that seems like an awful big building. But then again, this would be a pretty big potential, like, yeah, I don't know if we need a big one or a small one. And then the other thing is, do we need one at each place? I mean, I played around with these a little bit. All right, so let's go here and see. I don't want to put it too close to that. This is definitely a lot more fittable. Well, you know what? Maybe we go with the big one. Yeah, we got power lines. See, I don't want to mess up where we're going to put our power lines. And then this could be where we have our oil. Yeah, I definitely want this thing relatively close to the... Yeah, we do have kind of a space here, don't we? We would need to get a road back over here, which might be a little hard. Now, we could do the fancy... Right, if we did... Yeah, so I don't want to get it too close to that. Let's put a road past here first. All right, because I want to make sure that we can get a road up that way, right? There we go. So we have a road there. Now, does that leave enough room? Man, is that a good spot for this thing? I don't know. We're going to have to learn. Right, yeah, let's do control. I think that'll fit in there. Let's do control one more time. All right, you wouldn't fit in this way, right? No. You know what? We're going to go with the smaller one because I think it'll fit in here better. Yeah, I don't think I'd want it there because we're going to kind of mess with this guy, even though I think we're pretty well connected. Right, I'm thinking maybe we do like this. Right, and then we'll take a road. Now, I did get a question, and it's an excellent question. Am I going to pave all these roads? Well, at first we're going to asphalt them. And the reason is, like, the money. We probably should even come in here. I guess it's still costing us money. Let's pay off this, whatever we owe. Right. There we go. All right, so now we're down to, this is actually our own money again. I didn't want to do that and not let you guys know I had to take out a loan. But the question was, are we going to pave all of these? And I would really like to. My bigger priority is getting track electrified. But certainly if we feel like we have enough money, like, is this all done now? Nope, not quite. He's got to come back. So, you know, it is costing us a fair amount to electrify that track. I do have a truck that I bought that is going from all the way up here. Like, if we were to buy stuff here, it would cost us, what, 118, right? And if we come up to, where is it? Here, it's only costing us 70, right? So, not quite half, but that's saving quite a bit on each ton of that stuff. So, and that's kind of the same thing we were doing with some of the mechanical components. Like, the trucks actually drive all the way up here to get them, which is part of the reason I wanted to start building our little system over here of distribution, right? First of all, I want to get, like, these things in. Here, let's get this road going. All right, and then we'll come over here and we'll assign this road to be built. How are we doing on our... I do need to keep an eye on this stuff. All right, so we have... What are we doing? Small aggregate storage we're working on. Good. So we got this done, so we're kind of ready there, right? Now with the distribution, I wonder if we even need that. That might be a relic of the past, right? So we'll get this road worked on, and I'll shrink this up and put it over here. All right, so we can start working on that distribution area. And then, from what I saw, you send trucks out. So I don't know that this is the best place to put a distribution at this point, right? Maybe it will be for our fuel or something, or our bitumen, because they'll be coming from here. So from what I saw, I think we're better off... Well, I don't know. You could put one, like, by a city and then tell it to go get stuff. It sort of depends on how you want to do it. I don't know what the best way is. So, for example, this is our food one. And I'm thinking maybe it would be good to put a distribution here, somewhere in this area where we could do clothing and whatnot. And then do we put another distribution over here where we do the other ones? Now, the problem is we don't have any construction crews. We may be getting close to buying another construction crew. All right, so let's talk about... Yeah, I think I would like to get a distribution in. All right, I don't think they're going to cost us that much. And that's going to be kind of in the power lines. Though that would be a pretty darn good place. All right, I think I would want it as close to where we're going to get the stuff. Yeah, you won't... Will you fit sideways in there? Yeah, you would if I jammed you in right here. Alright, so we're going to do a distribution there. And this, I think, will give us plenty of distribution to get started. Now, just to give you guys... we're going to be able to redo things, of course. Alright, and we're going to put another one... I'm just trying to think. Yeah, you know what? I want to stay off the road a little bit, just in case... we decide to do something with the road. You won't go there. Alright, so now what we need to do is we need to get... Yeah, we don't have anybody in here to haul... We don't have anybody in here to haul stuff. So I guess the thing I should do at this point is pause. Now... Not pause, but pause the recording and sort of get these things built, right? because it just sort of takes quite a while at this point, and there's not too much we could do. I don't want to get. I know I could sit here and start getting more. Like we could lay out the island oil at any point here and start really laying out our oil, but it's we're just sort of getting way ahead of where we're building, right? I can design things far faster than we can construct them. And while I understand that watching some of the construction is definitely part of the fun. Oh, good. Look, we're done this road. So that means we can come in here. Yeah, so we would have... Look at that. Glitch. Yeah, see, this new thing is kind of glitchy, in my opinion. Let's do this one. Will you go there? Yeah, look at that. Twitchy. Alright, so that's for that. Do we need... Well, we don't want to attach that yet. What is this? This is... Yeah, we definitely want to start getting this asphalt ready. I just was trying to get to the point we would have this. This is really my big focus. And then, of course, it's not going to hurt to get this... construction office here going. Alright, let's go. Because then I can at least get certain vehicles down in here, and then we do have this storage. So, yeah. So see what this distribution is going to do is say when this storage gets down below a certain point, I want you to go someplace and get like say gravel. Like we could use it to go get the gravel, and then that way you don't have trucks driving back and forth. Now the problem is. Like I have a lot of trucks driving back and forth, and I don't think these just look at all that steel we have here. So, but what I'm hoping to be able to do is like use the distribution to at least keep the minimal amount of stuff. But I'm not sure if it's even worth really doing for the construction, right? But I did want to bring it down here because if nothing else, we can use it for the food for the town, right? And then I didn't put one near Reverville here, but that's okay. We'll have one here. So we could send them out from here with clothing, or do we put one near the town to go get stuff and bring it back to the store, right? So I'm thinking that the best way to use it is to like be near your supplies, and then this would be like for clothing and food, or for just maybe clothing, depending on how big your distribution network needed to be. All right, so what we do need to do is figure out if we can get a crew up there to start working at least on the roads, right? So that would mean, yeah, that would mean slowing this down, which I really don't want to do to get working on those up there. I think I just want to really stay focused on this over here. Let's go take a look, and I'll just describe. So there are some new viewers, and I did get at least one comment, so I know other people question it. So you know I have. Oh, we don't have anything assigned anyway. Why is that? Are you done? Oh, yeah. Okay. No, he's not done. Why am I not? Oh, because of the scroll thing. Which is a good thing, right? So if you look here, this is what I do. And we'll watch. Where is this other guy? Is he coming back, I hope? Right. We don't have a message of... Yeah, the scroll thing... There we go. Right, where are you at, buddy? Are you coming out of the... Right, do we not have enough electrical components? Alright, so our truck... Yeah, related vehicles... Yeah, he's going to get more. So the other guy isn't leaving when I want to... Oh, there he is. There he is. Okay, so see, what happens is... Like, we have multiple little sections here, right? So if he was working on each section one at a time... Forgive me for those of you who've seen this. So let's say we have this little section, right? And he was just building rail, and he was coming back to electrify this, right? Well, this next section wouldn't be completed. Right? So this would just still be like unfinished track. This would need to be electrified. Well, he would drive all the way down there, get his electrification tools like he is now. Here, you know what? I'm going to speed this up so he gets down here even faster. And then he would get to here, and he would get done this little bit, and then he would turn all the way around and head all the way back down the other end and go get the stuff to build these rails. Now, he may or may not have enough, but let's say he finishes this, Then when he gets finished this, he would drive all the way back. Now in this case, he's going to be up against, you know, this building, so he would have stopped there anyway. But now watch what happens here. Like, he's pretty quick about laying this electrical track. He'll go right on through here. And he did the same thing, by the way, when he did the paving, you know, the regular track. He took his full load of stuff, and he'll keep going right past this point from one to the other. Or he would have stopped right here when he got done. Oh, I got to go get more track laying material. You know, and then he would have turned around and drove all the way the heck back to there. And instead, now he just comes right on by with his electrical stuff and completes the whole thing, right? And so when he gets done here, I'll probably have him come in here. I wasn't sure, you know, if this guy would get done. So we're getting there. We are definitely getting there. We've got this part that needs to be done, but, you know, we're getting this regular track laid into here, and then I'll set this guy to here. But there you go. So that's that part. And then, yeah, so we'll get our distribution thing started. I'm not sure if we'll really work on it too much in this, but let's hope that that crash... I mean, we haven't crashed in the last few minutes, right? So I'm hoping that that is a one-off thing. Now, just so you know, there are... There we go. Please just saved. There are things, right, that happen in the game where, like, they get written to a save file immediately. So if you don't load a game up and then save it and then unload it, like, especially because this was a map that was created with a different version, like, sometimes you have issues because the save file wasn't active. And for those of you who are watching the other series of Project Hospital, you'll know what I'm talking about. I had like a big problem with that until I saved it and then reopened it, and then it was good, right? But if you just if you didn't save it, it caused a certain problem. So, because some things are written to the save at that point. All right, so I think we, by the way, have enough steel here, and I think I'm going to come in here and switch some of these. Yeah, keep opening these. Yeah, see, like, this guy is empty. All right, let's go up. Where is he at? Yeah, he's. What are you doing? Oh no, you're coming in here. I got you. Now we want to get guys that are going. Yeah, like, well, this guy's already getting prefab panels. Yeah, see, this guy, I don't want him going to here, and he is empty. Let's see where he is. Yep, he's on his way back up there. Otherwise, I might have even paused time, right? So I want to give him, yeah, this guy's route. So we're going to start pulling more prefab panels down here. All right, that's prefab panels, and that's steel. Let's go. Yeah, good, he's empty too. So we're going to cut off the flow of steel for a little while. All right. Did I get you? Or at least the extra steel. We do have a truck that comes into here. Is that him? Yeah. So this guy runs back and forth with steel, and he's going into this. But I put the extra trucks into here so they'd be a little easier to grab. Plus, I didn't want this guy. The problem with, like, even having 5 coming into here is if they start waiting because they've filled up, then the 5th one can't get in, which might be the bricks, which is the thing you still need, right? Like, in other words, and that's likely to happen. Like, see, that's a steel guy. This is prefabs. Okay, so I have plenty of prefabs, don't I? What are you doing here? Attached Kent. Yeah, that's the road. Okay. So in any event, you know, like, what's going to happen is like, you know, the thing you're bringing the most down is the thing that's likely to fill up, and then you block yourself from getting the other things, especially if these guys are waiting there, right? So might not happen immediately. Yeah, look, there's another graphics glitch. Yeah, I don't remember seeing that kind of graphics glitch. There's definitely something they did in this update that's graphics related, but this is why I'm cutting the steel off, because we're not using that much, and we got 1,500 of it here, so that's going to be plenty. Yeah, and you know what? Before we even get our distribution done, well, you know what? I'm not in that much of a hurry. Let me finish, once we get this construction going, then getting supplies down to these will become much more important, right? Like we'll get this supplied. So let me pause it for a minute. We're already a good ways into the episode, and then when we come back, we'll get the supply going here and get this construction office going. Obviously, we won't have people, but I think at least we can get the supply down here, which should speed things up pretty greatly because, yeah, we should, well, and then we'll take a good look, and I'll think about it in between. You know, what do we want to do with these trucks, right? Like, because we won't have cement right away, so we'll maybe keep the cement and asphalt trucks here until we get those things built, right? Which will take a little while. There's cement and asphalt, and it means we probably want to get these built. And it's all good. We're building up and we need to get these roads here built so we can get that built. And yeah, you get the idea. Like, here's our, what are we working on? Yeah, what is this road? Okay, yeah, that's the connecting road. Not too worried about the connecting road. Get bricks down in here. Good. Right, and you can start assigning 70 million things, but it doesn't always do you that much good. Yeah, I don't need to build that one. Yeah, and I think I do want to build this one, right? That'll be our asphalt. Is there any... Well, we're going to want to build power over to there because we're going to need to get people, right? But let's see. And it's just a little bit boring. No, I enjoy it, and I watch other videos and whatnot. But, yeah, then we want to get all this power going pretty shortly here. Maybe we'll do this... Yeah, which really means... Yeah, I think we should start doing this, right? What? There we go. That one's going to be rather expensive with electrical components. And that's the other thing, too. Where is this guy? Where is he getting his Tashkent? Can he actually get... Oh, that's mechanical. Can he actually get electrical components from here? No. Okay. The other thing I could do is maybe take that truck and start having him bring electrical components like someplace. Right? And then we still want to build this whole construction. We got a lot to do. There's just no doubt about that. And we could probably even go ahead and do that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm liking this scroll thing. At least not on all the windows. Right. Can I make this bigger? Yeah, you know what they need to do? If they're going to do the scroll thing, they need to make it where we could resize the window. Whoever did the windows is not a master of windows doers. Like, you know, they've made a wonderful game here. Absolutely 2 thumbs up. No, 3 thumbs up if I had 3 thumbs, you know? But at the same time, the window thing has always been a bit weak. It's just not been the greatest, you know, the clicking through and the, yeah, just, and I mean, why not be able to resize that somehow? Like, it should be fairly doable, I think. All right, well, let me pause it, like I said, and then we'll come in here and we'll get some more of this electrical going while I'm waiting. But yeah, once I'm ready to start firing up and bringing some stuff into here, which, yeah, thinking about it, will probably be after we build the electricity, which will be a little while, right? But that's okay. We'll build up some money, and maybe we'll even talk about, you know, getting this asphalt going ASAP, and we can start asphalting some of these roads as we can afford it. Okay, I will see you guys in a minute. All right, let some time pass, and things are going pretty well. We're making progress. Let's see, let's head over here real quick. Our electrical rail is getting very close to done. I think, yeah, this guy's heading out to do this last little bit right there, and then we'll be able to electrify this. Might even just wait a minute. Yeah, look how it flips it around. Now it's not finished on this end. He should have been able to just continue, but I guess it's a percentage thing from where they start. And it definitely, they do try to take the shortest. I don't know if that means like the least number of these nodes. Oh, that's right. We got to get this done too, don't we? Yeah, maybe we'll make sure they can get out to that. All right, so that's not quite ready, but that is actually the main reason that I came back, was to talk about where we would put. Then I got distracted, so we'll leave this open so I remember my distraction. Let's come into here because I'm sorry, here. And because we do need to get a place to buy some trains, right? Yeah, train depot. So I've been thinking about this and like where to put it. You know, you kind of want it out of the way, but centralized. And really, this whole area is sort of central to the map, right? Like we could put it someplace further away, but I just want to kind of make sure I get it in a place that it's not going to be in the way. So like to me, I'm trying to stay away from building around here because this could become a bigger intersection, of course, right? And so I don't want to put it right there. I mean, I'm thinking, you know, it really doesn't have to have, yeah, we could spin it around this way if it's not in the way of our power, right? Where's our, yeah, the only issue putting it here will be, but that would certainly, and then the other thing I want to make sure is, yeah, it's getting kind of far away there. Can we put it at a funny angle? Yeah, I could put it at a fairly funny angle, right? I mean, I need to just get it past that. I would like to make sure that we can get trains in and out of it, too. Yeah, which they should be able to. As long as I get past the power line there, and I'm looking... Yeah, let's go a little bit closer. Right, so we're just going to put it right there. And then... Yeah, that means we're going to have to electrify. That's the other negative thing about putting it down here is that we're going to have to electrify all the track into here to be able to get our trams in there, which is okay because we're going to electrify the track anyway. So it'd just be a little bit more of a delay to get that in there. Now, what am I doing with all of this? Yeah, this is really just like two ins when you get down to it. So I've built this little extra bit, which we may get rid of, right? Like this was more for construction purposes. So what I'm thinking of is, can we get, yeah, I want to be like after this, right? Because this is the permanent track, this kind of middle one right there. So I'd want to be after that. But I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, you can actually go down this way. You can get... what are you doing, buddy? Really? It's a pretty too sharp of a turn. Boy, it's really doing... Now, is that some new... Yeah, I'm gonna spin that... Yeah, there's some new mechanism going on here, isn't there? Right, let's see. I don't want you to go... Now, why are you coming off that side? Something strange be happening. Yeah, we kind of want to... you know, I really probably need to get rid of that pole, don't we? I'm trying to avoid that. Yeah, what I don't understand is that right there, right? Like, yeah, I think I just need to get rid of that pole. Right. Get rid of that. Alright, and then really they can come in and out. We just will leave this attached. Alright, so let's do this. Now the next thing is are we even going to be able to get to working on this without like looping all the way around half the world? And I would like to be able to loop back to finish this. Like in other words, I don't have a way of working on this, and I don't have a way of working on this at this moment because they can't come around. This isn't actually a circle. It's more like a teardrop where they come into one end and they come back out the other, you know. I mean, we could do something like this, but then where this just ended up, you know, that's not going to let me cross in. We do have one little spot. Yeah, see, like that's not going to really let me do that gracefully, right? Yeah, I'm not used to the new. Yeah, I would have to do something like this and then of course attach like up here. Well, you know what? For the sake of realism, and I don't know, do we just build that? Like, because that's the thing. Like, why can't it just back down on itself? Like, it. That's one little frustrating thing. Like, they work backwards constantly when you don't assign them, right? Let's just see. Can I even show you what I mean? Like, in other words, like, when this isn't assigned, they always work backwards. But that, oh, you know what? They did let me assign it. Yeah, you know what? We do have a way. It's a little bit awkward, but yeah, you know what? They can here. Let's do this. Let's go back to this and this and this. Oops. I think I just destroyed the real rail. Oh, come on! Why aren't you letting me? I think I just destroyed the real rail. Now that's going to be a real problem because it was such a small section there. Will you let me do this? Yeah. Okay, that was a rather $1,000 mistake. Right. Now why are you all not? Okay, you're from here to here. Okay. All right, so what are we doing here? Are we good? Are we happy? Buildings without power supply. Okay, yep, we're not happy. Let's get in here. And this was medium lines, right? I don't know. It'll tell us. Yep, so we're going to need to purchase that. Oops, I didn't mean to close that. All right, so there, yeah, by the way, scroll thing, fine, right? But then, like, why every time do I open it up and close it, I've got to now close all these, right? Like, that would have been a much bigger improvement, in my opinion, just to have this remember the state. Like, if I close it and open it again, now it's like, okay, I'm going to shrink all these down so I can see. Because really, 9 times out of 10, what I'm looking for is what I'm working on. Like, put this at the top then, you know? Like, I don't know. Whoever works on the windows, like I said, is just... I'm not the biggest fan of the window improver in this game. Same thing here, right? Like, I'm always just looking at this. As a matter of fact, you can get rid of all the rest of it and just give me, like, some kind of screen for construction monitoring. Like, that's what I need. I don't need to open up, like, every construction office I have so I can, like, see how many supplies they have and where they're going to get trucks. Like... You know, the few times I want to do that, I could just come over here and open this thing up and I'd switch trucks around. But really, I'm just in here looking at this all the time. You know, like give me little windows or one big window with a bunch of these things in it so I can just monitor my construction. Yeah, it's almost like the game is made by someone who doesn't do this kind of manual construction. And you can imagine the number of hours that I spend doing it. Like they don't really test these things through because they're just... You know, they're really more worried about making the game, which you can't blame them. But I think it's a weakness. Like, all developers should pay someone like me to play their game. Hint, hint. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they had someone, you know, that was a professional game player, which... Oh, now why can't I... Oh, look, I can't even... Now I can't move these. Why can't I move my screens? I can shrink them and open them. Oh, I can't move that unless it's open? Oh, good Lord. Okay, well now I can. Why can't I move? Oh, because it's up. See, this is the kind of thing. I bet you there's a box up in here. So, like, this is actually probably blocking me. Maybe? Like, yeah, let's see. Can I open it and then move it down and then shrink it? And now I can move it, right? If I put it up here, now I can move it. I don't know. But you see that, right? I'm honestly trying to move that. All right, I'll stop complaining. All right, so what else do we need to do? We got our rail construction office or depot where we can build things planned. And yeah, let's see. What I was going to do too, by the way, is we need to get this electrical done. And we have a problem, right? We're fine. We're working on this. Yeah, we just got the electrical components, but we're getting those electrical components from all the way up here. right? Which is fine, and I don't know. I think that's the cheapest way to do it, and I want to get it to where we actually can get them. Maybe if we're going to do this driving around, this is still costing us 71, right? And that keeps going up and up and up. So what I'm thinking of is that we would build another depot over like here. Now, I don't know if that's the best place in the world to do it, but and then the other thing here. Let's take a look at the map. Right? How are we doing? Okay, yeah. See, screens fight with each other, and yeah. See, there's another one over here. So by the time we get up here, we're actually probably, we're like buying them here, which is like a block and a half away, something like that, maybe even 2 blocks. We're really not that much further over here. So yeah, you know what? I think I might just start buying them over here. Let's see what they cost. Because is it really worth driving them all the way over to this? All right, let's come into here. And we're going to say limit the amount, right? And I'm going to take these. So what I did was I put these on 0, and then I went up the smallest amount we could, and then I'm going to just say, yeah, give me plastics. Well, you know what? Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I don't know what else we'd put in here. All right, and see how that's lower in the amount? Now, I don't know. I guess that's saying it's less than a truckload. I'm kind of okay with that. All right, so that when I buy these, I'm buying like sort of, there we go, 1%. That's probably as low as we can get them. So I'm going to come in here, and 131 rubles, which is, I don't know, is it really worth buying just, driving these mechanical components and electrical components down here? We're just going to go with this for the sake of speed, right? So now we're buying them there. So let's switch this guy for the moment at least. Yeah, I don't know. Part of it's I'm used to not scroll windows. It would be nice if we could turn the scroll windows off. And yeah, really, bring me my construction thing up at the top, please. And then I say, oh, it's not that often. We don't want to open that. So then, of course, first thing I do is go working on these, right? So, Trilognik. I don't know if that's how you say it, but there we go. So we'll get our mechanical and electrical components here, because what I was looking at is each one of these little projects is 0.55, and that's going to be kind of crazy to drive halfway across the map to go get 0.55, right? So at some point, hopefully we'll be making those ourselves and supplying them ourselves, but for now we'll just have to pay. We'll have to pay the money. It shouldn't be too much for this one construction office. Now the other thing to see is, do we have... Make sure, yeah, that's just an open haul. Yeah, so see, immediately I think that's going to pay off, because it's just taking forever, and it's just not worth driving all the way up there. So let's go see, where is this truck? What's he doing? Yeah, you know what? We're going to cancel. Yeah, what are you doing? You're driving all the way up to Tashkent, right? So we're going to cancel that project. We're going to go look at that project. Yep, and then we're going to reassign that project. I think it might have been this one. Yep. Good. So now when he goes to get his stuff, it should be from here. So hopefully that didn't cause a problem. Right, and then why is this now? Yeah, see the screen's in the clicking through. Like, I didn't open that. But if I put that here where I always put things, and I find myself opening that thing. All right, so the Reverville House, we were going to do the same thing, but I'm thinking, yeah, how much does it cost from here? 144. I don't know. I think we just need to buy those things if we need them close by. I don't know that it's worth the driving all the way across the map just for those little bits. And like I said, I have a truck coming into here. This guy that brings electrical components, because we are using quite a few with the rail system. And then the rail, yeah, which road is this? All right, that's this one that's close. So I had them start working on the around the bend there. So let's get over here, and I think this is all electrified, but we'll get this last little bit electrified, and I think we're also kind of at the end of the episode. Right, yeah, so you can go work on that one. Yeah, and I think all the rest of this is electrified, but then we need to work on this little bit. We'll let them get that done, and then in the meantime, yeah, at some point I'll have to get this electrified. And I guess the thing we're going to do before we get all fired up is I can have them go all the way up there. Yeah, you know what? We have this. You know what? They could turn around in here if I started building this, right? And then spin back in. And I think that's even what I had talked about before, but that's going to have to wait. Let's just go and, you know, these guys are fully busy. And when we come back, yeah, I definitely want to come back when we're ready to do the distribution, which means, you know, we'll have to get this power in here. And otherwise, like, I'm just holding off on these buildings because I don't have the power, which is kind of fine because there's not a huge rush until we get this construction office in, but we'll start working on just enough to get the power over to here, which means I have to actually get to a substation, right? So I have to build this here, and then I have to build this. Then we have to get to this substation, which might as well do the road. Put it out here. All right, so I have to get to that substation. So before I forget, I think we're... All right, we'll do this and... Oh, yeah, that's darn scroll thing. Okay, there we go. So we're making progress. We're getting roads done. We got a lot of things. I want to let the construction calm down here. We'll talk about this distribution. Did I select that? There we go. Yeah, so we'll get this distribution built. What is this? Oh, road. Oh, a vehicle road depot. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, if we're going to do the road depot, can we get a little road off of here? And with our money doing pretty well, I definitely am leaning towards... Yeah, so you'll go to there, but that's going to make like another whole project out of it. We'll hold off. We don't need a road depot down here right away. Well, there you go, guys. I have no idea really how long this episode is, but I hope you've enjoyed it. We made some progress. You know, it's kind of just like getting some work done this episode, I think. And, but that's important too, right? We need to get everything done. We're getting close to getting this completed, so we'll have a new construction office. We'll get the power over to here, and the next thing you know, we'll be getting concrete, asphalt, people, and then we'll have a regular construction office on the other side of the map, so to speak. All right, guys, take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.